Turkey has been struck by a powerful earthquake off its Aegean coast, causing buildings to collapse in the coastal city of Izmir. The quake's epicenter was north of the Greek island of Samos, with the US Geological Survey putting it at a magnitude of 7.0. Tremors were felt as far away as Athens and Istanbul. In Izmir, social media footage showed a collapsed building. There are no immediate reports of casualties. So for more, we are now joined by DW correspondent Dorian Jones in Istanbul. Dorian, what did it feel like where you are?
Well, in fact, I did feel the tremor from this very powerful earthquake, even though it occurred several hundred kilometers away from Istanbul. But it was significant enough that you could actually feel it here in Istanbul. So there is already a great deal of concern for where the epicenter of the earthquake is, Izmir, Turkey's third largest city. And it is also a reminder of people in Istanbul of the ongoing threat of earthquakes.
So what are you hearing from local media reports and eventually about possible casualties?
Well, what we understand is the initial reports is that this earthquake was anywhere between 6.6 and 7.1 on the Richter scale. Now, that is a very powerful earthquake for Turkey. There we got reports that from the city of Izmir, which, like I said, is Turkey's third largest city. They caused widespread panic throughout the city. People ran out onto the streets. We've seen already images of buildings shaking violently. There isn't any reports at the moment of casualties, but this is a very powerful earthquake. It believes that the epicenter of the earthquake was something in the region of 15 kilometers into the Aegean Sea, near the Greek island of Samos. It has caused a great deal of concern. This region is very prone to powerful earthquakes, as is the rest of Turkey, and this will be now a concern that there will be possible casualties. There aren't any reports of major structures failing, but Turkey does have a record of powerful earthquakes hitting the country and causing widespread damage to buildings.
Well, as you say, Turkey has a record of earthquakes. So do people generally know how to react?
Well, the whole of Turkey, in fact, is prone to violent earthquakes. In fact, here in Istanbul, in the late 1990s, just outside Istanbul, over 20,000 people were killed in a devastating quake in the nearby city of Izmit, and that was caused a profound shock throughout the country. And these powerful earthquakes causing thousands of casualties isn't unusual for Turkey, and in fact, Istanbul is, according to experts, long overdue for another very powerful earthquake. And now, given the fact of these dangers, there are now preparations prepared for major quakes. People are now given information about what to do in the event of an earthquake. In fact, classes, schools, it is part of the education to prepare for a quake. So there is this education process going on. Turkey is developing an infrastructure to deal with these quakes. That infrastructure is now in action in Izmir, and preparations for cities like Istanbul is also a large amount of preparation by the authorities, national and local, because there is the understanding that living in Turkey carries the threat of major earthquakes, and with that the danger of risk of life. There's also a major efforts are taking place to build more safe buildings. The deadly earthquake that happened in the 1990s in Turkey, many of the thousands of casualties was blamed on the fact that the buildings were not adequately built to withstand major quakes. Now, since that earthquake, there is a lot more regulation on the construction of buildings. But having said that, the risk of death does live with people living in Turkey with earthquakes.
Dorian Jones there reporting on today's 7.0 earthquake hitting Turkey and Greece. Thank you, Dorian.